it's Misty Kern, success coach and founder of CEO of Me, and I help home and online business owners learn how to dream bigger, work smarter, and live better. Today, I'm answering a question from one of my Success Club members about how do you get yourself out of a slump when you get into it. And this is a great question. No matter how long you've been in business, you will probably hit a slump if you haven't hit one already, and you may hit them more than once. Things are going great, moving along really fast, maybe they've taken off and you're rising to the top quickly, and then all of a sudden you hit a speed bump or something happens and you kind of slack off and fall back a little bit. Or maybe you're making just steady, easy progress and things just are not going as fast as you want them to, and you just feel like, you're in a slump. That excitement that you had when you first started, when you're really working to reach your goals, it is gone, or it's hiding somewhere. And that's natural. It can happen. And so I wanted to just discuss a few things about, how to understand more about why you're in the slump that you're in and some practical things you can do to get out of it. So I believe in taking a holistic approach to everything in our health and in our mindset and in our lives and our business too. So instead of me just giving you advice and telling you do this, do this, do this, I think you need to really become self-aware and figure out why you're in the slump to begin with. Because if we don't deal with that root problem, that exact cause of the reason why you're in a slump, it's going to be really hard for you to get out of it, stay out of it, and then it's also going to be really hard for you to recognize the things that are happening before the next potential slump. So there's several reasons why you may be in a slump, and let's just look at each one and break them down a little bit. The first one could be because you've stopped doing what you know you need to do in your business. We have systems and we have a certain thing that we need to be doing in our business, and for the most part, we know what that is. In direct sales, party plan, network marketing, we know the things we need to be doing every week, every month, and every year in our business. So if you've slacked off on doing all those things that you need to do, that could be one of the reasons why you're in a slump, because you're not doing what you should be doing, therefore you're not getting the results you should be getting. The other cause could be maybe from disappointment. Maybe you have missed a goal. Maybe, you didn't earn a trip or some type of prize or promotion or something. Maybe you had been doing really good and then now you're having a really hard time getting bookings, or you had recruited a bunch of people and now they're not really, doing anything. Your team's kind of struggling, and so you're feeling that feeling of disappointment. So that could be another reason that you're in a slump. The other one could be your personal life. We do have, especially being home and online business owners, our personal life gets really mixed with our business life, and so there could be something going on in your personal life. Maybe there's, a family issue, or things are a little bit out of balance for you, or just something going on that's causing this extra stress and strain, and your business is feeling it. So maybe your business isn't really struggling so much as you are in your personal, your spiritual, your emotional life, and that's causing you to have some issues and trouble in your business. Another thing could be a hidden fear. Maybe there is a fear creeping up and creeping into your mindset and your heart and your head, and it's causing you to not do the things you need to do, or it's causing you to hold yourself back. Whether it's a fear of, taking that next step that you need to take to reach the next goals and level and thing you're trying to hit, or, whether it's getting over fear of rejection, sometimes even fear of success. So having that kind of fear that's kind of holding us back, sometimes that can cause us to get in a slump because we self-sabotage ourselves. So that might be one of the reasons. Another reason could be simply that your goals or your why are either not strong enough, you've gotten disconnected to them, or they have changed and you need to reassess them, and you need to go back and look at what's your why, what are your goals, what are you working for. Because when you get to that point of those things not being so strong that you feel it in your heart and your core of your being that you want to be working towards them, you're not excited about them anymore. Maybe the goal is not big enough. You've overcome a lot of fears and you need to make your goals bigger. You need to change your why or update it. That could be a reason why you're in a slump and feeling like you are. Another thing could be burnout. It happens. We work our business, especially those of us, if you're like me, who are really driven and goal-oriented, and we love what we do, but sometimes we just do it too much, and we don't take time for that important self-care. We don't take vacations. We don't take weekends off. We feel like we have to push, and keep working and working and working until we get to some magical place where, everything's going to be wonderful and easy and simple, and it doesn't really happen that way. So burnout can be another really big reason for being in a slump in your business. And the last thing that could cause you to be in a slump in your business is comparisonitis. And this is a really big one. You know, it's really hard sometimes for us to not compare ourselves to other people, to, look at what others are achieving and doing and how quickly that they're moving up, or how much fun they're having, or how big their team is growing, or how good things are going in their business. And we compare ourselves, and we look at what others are doing and we get off track of what we should be doing. So comparisonitis is a really bad disease that can quickly put you in a slump, because when you compare yourself to others, you just shrink your own awesomeness. You need to make sure that that's something you can overcome. So those are some things that can cause you to get into a slump. So now that we know that, let's look at how do we overcome those things. How do we get out of that slump, get that passion and that excitement, that motivation, and that burning fuel running back through our business. So the first one I talked about was if you've stopped doing what you know you need to be doing. Well, obviously, that's a pretty easy one to fix. Go back to the basics. What are the things that you did when you first joined your business, when things were going really well? And you might say, I'm doing all the same things, I'm just not getting the same results. But that's really not the truth, because I used to say that. I really did. I would be like, well, I don't know what the problem is. I'm doing everything the same. But the truth is, when I looked back at it and what I was doing when things were going really great, when I was excited and I was getting great results, I had slacked off. I wasn't doing all those things. So I know that, once you get back into that and the basics. So go back to, what are the basic things we need to be doing in our business on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Maybe go back through your company's new consultant training. Maybe work with a new mentor to help motivate you and hold you accountable. Find a friend, either in your company or another direct sales company that maybe is at the same leadership level or business level, or maybe a step above you, that you can connect with, that can hold you accountable, and that you can work with and network and connect. That can really help you. So go back to the basics and get back to doing what you know you need to do. The next thing that we talked about that can cause you to get into a slump is disappointment. And so how do you get over that disappointment? Because you know what? It's going to happen. We can't make, every goal and hit every step milestone at the time we want it to. Our business is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and we have to understand that. We need to look at, that long-term value, the long-term effect of everything that we do, and not just the results we're getting today, but the work we're doing today, so that we can get the results that we need later on. There's a great quote that I love that says, judge each day not by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. And that's what we have to focus on in our business. Planting the seeds and doing what we know we need to do. So when you get disappointed about something and not reaching a goal, how do you easily come over that? Well, focus on the positive. Think about what you did achieve and accomplish. Sometimes we get so caught up on moving so far ahead and reaching that next level and that next goal that we miss what's right here, what's right around us. We miss all those good things, and we don't celebrate and give ourselves credit for what we have accomplished and achieved and all those things. So start daily celebrating the good that you've done, the positive steps you've taken for your business. And if you didn't do enough good, if you didn't take positive steps and it was a bad day today, start fresh tomorrow and focus on making those positive steps. So that can help you with overcoming disappointment, to not focus on it, to focus on the positive, learn your lessons, don't repeat the same mistakes, and get out there and just keep working and keep doing things and moving forward. So the next thing can be something going on in your personal life. So be sure to look at that. See what are the areas in your personal life that maybe you need to work on that are kind of affecting your business life and the health of your business as well. And work on those things. Take care of them. If you need to be spending more time with family, if your house is a mess and it's driving you crazy, if the kids' schedules are a little crazy or whatever, figure out how can you balance your life and your business better, and what are some things you can do to make it a little bit easier in your personal life so it's not affecting your business life and not affecting you to get into a slump in your business. If you need to hire a housekeeper, if you need to, get a babysitter a couple nights a week, or maybe swap out with another direct sales friend where you watch her kids 1 or 2 nights a week and she watches yours, so you can each have a night to work your business, or your husbands watch the kids while you and her work your business together and take care of things you need to take care of. That can sometimes help you with kind of balancing that a little bit better, so work on that. The next thing we talked about was fears and hidden fears that can cause us to get into a slump. We are naturally inclined to have that fear and feel that emotion and to self-sabotage ourselves. It's unfortunate that that is kind of how we're wired. So we have to learn to become really aware of our minds and of what we're thinking, the influences that we allow in our lives, whether it's books and TV and what we're reading and seeing, the people that are around us, and that type of thing. So I want you to take some time to really kind of sit down and look at it and write down and think about what your fears might be in your business right now. What hidden fear may have gotten in the way that's causing you to be in this slump, that's causing you to not have the motivation to move forward? Is it that fear of rejection, or is it the actual fear of success, of not knowing what to do, of not being able to control things? And fear's natural. We can't, get rid of it, but we can learn to control it and turn that fear into excitement and into fuel for our business. So take some time to really look at that, to really look at, what's causing this fear and what might be the hidden issue, and that get past it so that you can then start moving forward in your business, okay? And the next thing that I talked about was, maybe your why or your goals are not as strong as they used to be. You're not as connected to them, or maybe they need to be readjusted. So take some time to look back at your dream board, at your vision board, at your goals you made maybe at the beginning of the year or last year, whenever you joined your business, and kind of consider, are these things what's still really important to you? Are they the things you really want to keep working towards? And if they're not, then reassess your goals, reevaluate them, come up with bigger goals, better goals, things are more in line with your purpose and what you're wanting to achieve right now. And that can be something that can really help you, because when your why is that strong and you have that passion and your heart and the core of your being, you are working towards something bigger than you, and that passion and goal that you have, it makes it a lot easier to get out of those slumps when you do find yourself in them, and to avoid them in the future as well. Okay, the next thing we talked about was burnout. Oh, I felt it many times in my business. Like I said, we're really driven. We love what we do. We're excited. We're motivated. We want to reach those goals. We don't want to miss out on anything. We're afraid, to take a break, and what if someone calls, or what if I miss this opportunity, or whatever. But honestly, burnout's not going to do you or your business or your family or your team, if you're a leader, any good. You need to schedule in time for yourself, for your family, for personal, for self-care, and vacation. If you are in a slump because you are feeling complete burnout, you need to take a step back and you need to take some time off. And you might think, oh my goodness, I'm in a slump, I can't possibly take time off. But you really need to. You need to get your head and your heart clear and get yourself back to a place where you love what you do. And you can avoid that burnout in the future by being better with your scheduling, and make sure that you're working smarter, not harder. You have systems in place. You get people to help you. You're holding yourself accountable, and you're working your business like a business. And if you have to schedule in time to take time off, it's okay. You should not have to work your business 24/7 to be successful. You don't have to. That's a choice you're making if you're doing that. You can definitely build a super successful direct sales business in 20 or 30 hours a week, even as a leader with a huge team, if you learn how to get those systems in place and work smarter. Schedule a day off every week, or evenings off, and take a week every single quarter. About every 12 weeks is typically about all we can take before we start hitting that kind of burnout phase. So try to take, and I don't mean you have to take some big expensive exotic vacation somewhere. Just take some time off where you let your team know you're going to be around, help them and answer questions, but you've got things you need to do around the house or with family or whatever, and just take some time for yourself so that burnout does not keep you in that slump, and also so it doesn't hit again in the future to get you in that slump. The last thing I talked about was comparisonitis, and that's a really quick way to get ourselves in a slump and depressed and really, feeling bad about ourselves. So we have to learn to stop comparing our journey, our life, our goals, our dreams to other people, because this is your journey, this is your life, your goals, your dreams, your personality, your own talents, your path. You cannot compare it to someone else's because they're on their own path. So do your best every day. Focus on the positive, the good things that you have done and accomplished, and keep working towards those goals. Stop comparing yourself. Yes, it's good to look at other people and to be inspired by them and to want to achieve and do better because you know someone else has achieved something you're capable of doing it as well. But don't get to the point of where you're like looking at other people and what they're achieving and enjoying and accomplishing, and you start feeling bad about what you haven't done. Focus on your goals, focus on your path and your journey, okay? So I hope all those things can help you get out of the slump that you're in and keep you from getting out of a slump. One more thing, the person that asked me this question asked to remain anonymous, and I'm definitely going to honor that, but I wanted to share why and another little tip about being in a slump, especially for team leaders. So she didn't want to ask this question publicly because she doesn't want her team to know that she's feeling down and discouraged and in a slump in her business. And as a leader, that can be a really hard place to be in because we're supposed to be leading the way. We're supposed to always be reaching our goals and motivated and you know, something that our team is looking up to and wanting to be like. But here's the thing. I think in some ways, done in the right manner, it's good and okay for our team members to know that we struggle too. It's good for our team members to know that we have been through the same things that they're going through and that we have tough times too, and that we're still growing and learning as well as we walk this journey. So you can do that in a positive way. You don't want to complain. You don't want to make excuses. You don't want to say anything bad about, your company or your customers or anything like that to your team. But it's okay to be at that point where you say, hey guys, things are a little bit slower in my business than I'd like for them to be right now. But I know that I can still reach my goals. I'm just going to have to dig a little deeper and come up with some new ideas. What are some things that we could all do together, or that you could do, that you have done rather, that have helped you be able to get yourself going and get your business moving? So I think it's okay. The other thing is, the best way to reinvigorate yourself and your business as a team leader is to get out there and recruit new people, because when new people come in, they're excited and you get excited from their excitement. It's contagious, and the rest of the team gets excited as well. So when you're stuck, worried about thinking about yourself and the goals you didn't reach, start focusing on helping other people, and that can be one thing that can help pull you out of that slump as well. Do something nice for somebody else who's struggling. It'll make them feel better and make you feel better too. So I hope all those tips helped you. I hope you're able to get out of that slump, and the rest of you are able to find and keep that passion, that excitement, and that drive to continue working to reaching your goals and dreams and living that better life that you're working towards. I'm Misty Kern, success coach and founder of CEO of Me. I hope you'll check out my other training and products and services, and I look forward to helping you dream bigger, work smarter, and live better.